Welcome to Greenwood, a town where simplicity governs, and extraordinary is a foreign concept. Nestled in the heart of nature, Greenwood is a small, sleepy town where the sun rises gently over the rooftops and the evenings are filled with the soft chirping of crickets. Life here unfolds at a leisurely pace, with the townsfolk content in their routines, finding joy in the simple things, like a good cup of tea or a friendly game of chess in the park. It's a place where everyone knows everyone, where the biggest event might be the annual pie baking contest, and where surprises are as rare as a snowfall in July. But don't let the calmness fool you, because behind this facade of normality, an extraordinary event was brewing. So, buckle up as we prepare to journey into the unknown. For in this town of the ordinary, something extraordinary was about to happen. An unexpected visitor arrived, a futuristic robot named Orion. This wasn't your run-of-the-mill nuts and bolts kind of robot. Orion was a marvel, a testament to the brilliance of his creator, Dr. Ava. Nestled deep within the quiet Greenwood forest in a secret laboratory, Dr. Ava had crafted Orion, not just with the latest technology, but also with mystical powers. These powers were inscribed into Orion's metallic frame, glowing symbols that held mysteries beyond our wildest dreams. Dr. Ava was a luminary, a trailblazer, daring to blend science with the mystic. And Orion was the result of her daring ambition. He was a spectacle to behold, sleek, shiny, with symbols etched into his skin that glowed with an otherworldly light. But the powers within Orion were not fully understood, not even by the brilliant Dr. Ava. They held secrets that were waiting to be discovered. Orion was not just a robot. He was an enigma waiting to be unraveled. One sunny morning, a curious, adventurous girl named Zeta found the hidden laboratory. Now imagine a girl, her eyes wide with wonder, gazing upon a sight that would leave anyone spellbound. There, in the heart of the lab, was Orion. He was a sight to behold, sleek and shiny, with symbols that glowed like a constellation in the night sky. Suddenly, Orion's eyes flickered to life, and he looked straight at her. In a voice as smooth as polished metal, he greeted her. "Hello, Zeta. I've been waiting for someone like you," he said. Imagine her surprise, a talking robot in the middle of Greenwood's forest. Orion then shared his mission with Zeta. He was created to protect the Earth from a dark force known as the Shadow. This was no ordinary mission, and Orion was no ordinary robot. He was infused with mystical powers, powers that could save the world. And just like that, Zeta's life was about to take an epic turn. With a shared purpose, Zeta and Orion embarked on a grand adventure. Their journey was nothing short of extraordinary. It was a tale of a brave girl and a mystical robot, traversing through unknown territories, solving riddles of the ancient world, and battling the minions of the Shadow. As they ventured through dense forests and crossed roaring rivers, their bond strengthened. Orion, with his glowing symbols and metallic frame, was a beacon of safety, and Zeta, with her courage and quick wit, was the heart of their mission. They faced challenges head-on, their resolve unbroken, their spirits high. The duo fought against the Shadow's minions, who were as elusive as shadows themselves. They were tricky and treacherous, but Zeta and Orion outsmarted them at every turn. Orion used his ability to manipulate the elements, creating shields of water and barriers of earth. Zeta, on the other hand, used her natural instinct and quick thinking to devise strategies, proving that courage and wit can indeed triumph over brute force. Their mission led them to the crystals of virtue, the only power source capable of enhancing Orion's mystical powers. Ancient puzzles guarded these crystals, their secrets lost in time. But Zeta and Orion, with their combined intellect and Orion's ability to read minds, deciphered the puzzles, unlocking the power of the crystals. There were moments of pure joy and laughter too. Orion's attempts to understand human emotions, Zeta's fascination with his technological marvels, and their shared love for the natural world around them added a touch of lightness to their perilous journey. Their adventure was not just about defeating the Shadow, it was about understanding each other, learning from each other, and creating a bond that was as strong as Orion's metallic frame. Through every trial and tribulation, Zeta and Orion stood together, their friendship shining brighter than the stars in the night sky. The journey was filled with friendship, bravery and laughter, yet the greatest challenge still awaited them. The Shadow, the force of chaos and destruction, was ready for the final battle. But so were Zeta and Orion, for they had the power of courage, friendship and the crystals of virtue on their side. Finally, the day came when Zeta and Orion had to face the Shadow. The air crackled with energy as they stood, a courageous girl and her mystical robot ready to protect their home. The Shadow loomed large, a swirling mass of chaos and destruction, but Zeta and Orion did not falter. Their journey had prepared them for this moment. Zeta's heart pounded in her chest, but she stood tall, her bravery shining brighter than any fear. Orion, with a determined glint in his metallic eyes, drew upon his mystical powers. The air shimmered around him as he manipulated the elements, bending them to his will. Time seemed to slow down as Orion focused his energy, his glowing symbols pulsating with an otherworldly light. The battle was fierce. The Shadow unleashed wave after wave of darkness, but Orion, with Zeta at his side, met each attack with a blast of radiant energy. Their bond, forged in the fires of their adventure, was their greatest strength. They moved as one, their actions synchronized in a dance of bravery and power. And then, with a final resounding roar, Orion unleashed the full force of his mystical powers, amplified by the crystals of virtue. A blast of pure, radiant energy pierced the Shadow, banishing it forever. The darkness receded, replaced by a warm, soothing light. Peace, at last, was restored. The townsfolk erupted into cheers as they celebrated their heroes. Zeta, the brave girl who had dared to venture into the unknown, and Orion, the mystical robot who had saved them all. They were more than just heroes, they were friends, bound together by a shared adventure and a shared victory. Orion chose to stay with Zeta, promising to protect the Earth and be her friend. And Zeta? Well, she became known as the bravest girl in Greenwood, a title she wore with pride. And so, life in Greenwood was never ordinary again, thanks to the bravery of a little girl and her mystical robot friend.